everyone, it's me, Rory Paddock, 4picks from the paddock.co.uk. Do not fret, I am not going to inflict my god-awful ugly mug on you on this Saturday evening. But what I will be doing is looking at 3 races from Leopardstown tomorrow, Sunday the 8th of May, where there could be potentially a bit of money to be had and robbed off the bookies. For those that don't know, ITV have started up their Sunday series. They're going to be previewing 7 races from Hamilton on Sunday and also an additional 3 races from Leopardstown, all of which will be Group 3 races. I'm going to be previewing those. If you do want to see our selections for Hamilton, make sure you head on over to picksfromthepaddock.co.uk and get involved there. So without further ado, let's get stuck into the action for the first race at Leopardstown. Here we have, it's the 405. It's a Group 3 1-mile contest for fillies. And it's probably the most competitive race of the 3 that I'll be looking at. Current clear 9-4 favourite. We've got Agartha for Joseph O'Brien. Father Aidan trains the second favourite. Been backed in from 5s into 4-1. That is history. Dermot Weld's unbeaten runner, Sawera, is a former course and distance winner who deserves a ton of respect. Looking through the field, we've also got another unbeaten runner in Princess Ollie for Adrian Murray. And other decent representation. Another Ballydoyle runner with Lullaby, course and distance winner, who's priced now at 20-1, who's drifted like a barge. And there's the remainder of the 12-runner field. My selection, although Agartha is the clear favourite, and rightly so, I'm going to avoid Joseph O'Brien's horse. It's not won in its last 3 starts. And you'll have to question whether or not the horse is still fond of getting his head in front. Couldn't be so convinced that sometimes you find horses that just potentially go off the boil a little bit. And although they always put in a decent performance, it's not always the case that they find 1 or 2 too good. Sometimes the horse's head go at the game, not necessarily to discredit the favourite whatsoever. No doubt it'll bolt up now and prove me wrong. History has a decent chance, obviously. The form of Ryan Moore and Aidan O'Brien at Chester bagged another winner today at Lingfield as well in one of the trials. History deserves respect. However, I am going to go with the Dermot Weld Sawera as an each-way alternative. Now, the horse has only raced once and obviously a massive question mark coming back after nearly 300 days on the sidelines. However, the form of that win has turned out to be really decent. The horse that finished second ended up going and winning the following time out and actually beat history in that outing. Obviously, a lot has to be taken. The horse has a lot of question marks still to answer in regards to fitness, whether or not he's trained on. But I guess you could say the same for history, who's at 4-1. I'm happy to go with Sawera from a yard that obviously know how to prep a horse to win, either a Derby or an Oaks. I think Dermot Weld is perhaps a little bit of a forgotten man now. It wasn't that long ago that he trained Harzan for these owners to win the Derby. Whether or not he's got a filly of that same ilk, not too sure. However, I think this mile should suit Sawera to finish in the first 3, 13-2 each way place. Decent shout for the win, but you know what? I'm happy to take on the 2 well-backed and well-fancied horses with Dermot Weld and Aga Khan's horse. Sawera. Moving on to the next race. And we go from the 405 to the 435. And the boys now take centre stage in this 1-mile 2-furlong Derby trial. And although it's perhaps a bit unfair to the likes of Atomic Jones and Duke de Sessa, I think this contest is just a 2-horse race between Stone Age and French Claim. Stone Age, I was pretty impressed with its run last time out. Represents very much informed connections. Horse also finished second in the Group 1 as a 2-year-old. Certainly has better form in the book than Paddy Toomey's horse. French Claim did really well when winning last time out, but perhaps hasn't competed at this level. Certainly seems to be on an upward trajectory, but I'm going to stick with the Ballydoyle horse, Stone Age, to win the 435 and then head towards Epsom. Last but by no means least, the 3rd and final race on ITV from Leopardstown this Sunday is a 1-mile, another Group 3, 3-year-olds and upwards. It's the Amethyst Stakes. And again, I'm going to side with Ballydoyle and Ivy League. Horse is a 3-year-old, so gets a weight allowance. Hasn't done as much in regards to competing at some of the level that the likes of George Vale or Patrick Sarsfield has. But I think that's probably to the horse's benefit, really. A lot of these horses, the remainder of the lineup, especially those aged 6 and 5, respectively, have had pretty tough campaigns in terms of their careers. Ivy League is, all right. It's come back. It's won its last 2 starts, which obviously a bonus. But I don't think it's as shock worn as a lot of its rivals. Seems to be a horse on the up, whereas the others seem to have found their level in their career. And the best that they can probably hope for is a race like this, is a Group 3. Ivy League, however, could be, although obviously massive question marks now competing at group level, was in handicap company last time. But Ivy League has so much more room to progress. Obviously, when you're looking at connections like that, they can pull horses from relative obscurity to win races of this ilk. Ivy League looks to be a horse going places and is my third and final selection from Leopardstown. So, without further ado, I'll make sure you get those 3 for Sunday. You can see there, Sawera each way, Stone Age to win, and Ivy League to win. Got the silks mixed up between Sawera and Ivy League. Ignore that. I'm daft as a brush. I've been Rory Paddock for picksfromthepaddock.co.uk. Make sure you check out all of our selections for Sunday's action on ITV. As always, any likes, comments and shares, very much welcome. Fingers crossed, touch wood, and good luck if you follow.